Hello everyone and welcome to Dream and Scheme Your Marketing Strategy. This is the pre-recording for the workshop we will be doing on Tuesday. So my name is Nicole Crozier and I am a Martha Beck trained life coach. But before I became a life coach, I spent about 12 years in the corporate marketing world as a marketing executive, and then I trained to become a master certified duct tape marketing consultant and launched and ran my own marketing consulting business for about 4 years. And the reason I wanted to do this pre-recording for you today is because I wanted to give you kind of a big picture overview of marketing and show you where the one aspect of marketing that we're going to be talking about on Tuesday, which is creating your marketing strategy, fits into that overall marketing framework. And before I do that, I wanted to just quickly run through the 7 rules of soul-centered marketing. And these are some rules that I came up with after going through the Life Coach training program and hearing a lot of the cadets give feedback on marketing as if it were something that was scary or kind of icky and gross or confusing. And I was kind of surprised to realize all of these kind of limiting beliefs or thoughts around marketing. And I really thought, based on my experience, that marketing was really none of those things. And I wanted to kind of find a way to create a program for life coaches that took that ick and grossness and salesness and kind of mystery out of marketing. So here are the 7 rules I came up with. The first rule is really just to know who you are and what you want, and then connect who you are to your business, which is rule number 2. And once you've kind of done that, you're kind of running a business that you love, that you're passionate about, and it means you're just going to be more likely to want to talk about it and to be excited about talking about it, and that just makes it a lot easier to market your business. Rule number 3 is to be your authentic self and harness the power of your story. And this just means you don't have to be anyone else or really use any type of jargon or lingo that is not you. Rule number 4 is that it's not about selling, it's about education and information. So you don't have to use any trickery or anything like that. You simply have to educate and inform your prospects. Rule number 5 is that you can start as small as you want and make changes at any time. So you don't have to build a 10,000 person list in 2 months, and you don't have to make sure your website is absolutely perfect the first time out. You can make changes and you don't have to start big if you don't want to. Rule number 6 is to know best practices, but really choose what is fun and right for you. And then rule number 7 is to use a proven framework, but make it your own. I've heard a lot of feedback that, people want to lean away from using a proven system or a framework because they don't want their marketing to be cookie cutter and they really don't want to look like anyone else. But why not understand what best practices are? Why not use a framework, but make all of that your own? So you can do it in a way that no one else does it. You can choose only those aspects of marketing that are fun and right for you and discard all that other stuff that isn't. And your framework and your best practices are not going to look like everyone else. So those are the rules of soul-centered marketing. So now I want to introduce kind of where marketing or the marketing aspect that we're going to be talking about on Tuesday, which is creating your marketing strategy, fits into the overall marketing framework. So these 4 squares, as you can see, kind of represent the Martha Beck change cycle, but they also represent the 4 steps that I've kind of always gone through with my clients when creating their marketing strategies and systems. So it's kind of fun that square 1, death and rebirth, really coincides with step 1 in marketing, which is figuring out who you are, what you want in your business, and then building all those business fundamentals that are in line with who you are and what you want. So you're really building your identity as a business, which is what you do in square 1, is you kind of dissolve and rebuild your identity. And then that moves into square number 2, which is dreaming and scheming. And this is what we're really going to focus on Tuesday, is we are going to focus on dreaming and scheming your marketing strategy. So we're not going to be doing anything in the real world here in this step 2. This is all in our minds where we can come up with, whatever type of plan we want to move forward with our marketing. And so that moves us into step 3, which is the hero saga in the change cycle. And this is where we really activate your marketing strategy in the real world and start to do marketing. And then once you've been doing your marketing for a while, you've reached the promised land. And this is where you take those small little steps, make those tweaks, and improve things as you go along. All right, so let's just go quickly through each step. I wanted to go through step 1, connecting you to your business, because I'm kind of assuming that everyone has already done this who's taking the workshop on Tuesday, because you've been through Linda Bucher's program. So I'm going to assume for our workshop that you know who you are, you know what you want in your business, and you're pretty clear on your business fundamentals. And if you're not, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to upload a couple of worksheets to the online portal. One's going to be called Who Are You? And one's going to be called Business Clarity. And if you just want to take some time to fill in those worksheets, just kind of as a checklist to see if you are super clear on who you are, what you want, and your business. All right, so knowing who you are. So the first part of step 1 is really diving deep into looking at yourself. So your personality, action mode, your values, your passion and purpose, your unique genius, and your limiting beliefs. And then once you know who you are, just making sure you know what you want. What's your definition of success? What does it mean to you? What's your ideal workday, and how does that connect into your ideal life? And then once you know what you want and who you are, really connect that to your business. So when you're building your business fundamentals and figuring out who your ideal client is, what your core difference is, what package and services you're going to offer, what's your brand going to look like, and what is your core messages and story. Just make sure that those are super clear and that they're really in line with who you are and what you want. And so this is where I'm assuming everybody is at right now, so that you're ready to move into our workshop on Tuesday, which is Dreaming and Scheming Your Marketing Strategy. And so on Tuesday, we're really going to dive deep into these 4 steps in creating your marketing strategy. First, we're going to introduce the Marketing Hourglass, which is a framework that I have used for a long time with companies to create your marketing strategy. And then we're going to look at marketing best practices. And then we're going to create our 1-page marketing plan that follows that Marketing Hourglass framework. And you're going to pick and choose from all of the marketing best practices. You're going to plop them in the little boxes on your 1-page marketing plan. And you're going to choose all the stuff that feels super fun, feels in line with who you are, and you're going to create that marketing strategy. So very quickly, you can see the image at the bottom of the screen there. And this image represents all of the steps in the Marketing Hourglass framework. And really, this just represents all the steps that someone goes through in their buying process. So before they can buy from you, they've got to know that you exist, they have to like you, they have to trust you, they have to have a low-risk way to try your products and services, and then they'll buy from you. And then once they've bought from you, the framework includes 2 extra steps to make sure that you're able to turn your customers into repeat customers and customers that refer you to other people. So we'll go into that in a lot more detail on Tuesday, but that's just a super brief overview so you have some food for thought. And then once you've created your marketing strategy, it's time to kind of activate that marketing strategy in the real world. And on Tuesday, we are going to go into this a little bit. So once we've created your marketing strategy on paper, what we're going to do is talk about ways that you can turn that strategy into a real life marketing system. And so we're going to kind of end the workshop with step 1 that you can see in the first box on this page here. And then you're going to be ready to move on to those 2 other boxes, which are actually building your marketing elements, your marketing foundation elements, whatever those may be, and then activating your marketing system. So taking the steps you've outlined and bringing those to life in the real world. And then the final step that you'll be able to move into once you've been marketing for a while is managing your marketing. And as we saw in the 4 boxes earlier, this is really the promised land. And so this is where you just take a look at what you're doing and make small tweaks. So in terms of resources or analytics and measuring what's working and not working, making sure your customers are happy and that you're working with the right customers still, and then making sure that you're still doing what you love to do in terms of marketing, and if you're not, making some small tweaks and changes. So that's it. That's a little bit of an overview of where the marketing strategy aspect that we're going to be talking about on Tuesday fits into the overall marketing framework. So now what? So, like I said, I'm going to upload a couple of worksheets called Who Are You in Business Clarity to the portal. And if you don't feel like you're super clear, or you do feel like you're super clear, all of you actually, you can fill out these worksheets and it'll just give you, kind of a benchmark to use as we go through the workshop on Tuesday. So when we're looking at, for example, all of the marketing tactics or elements that you can choose from for your marketing plan, you can look back on your sheet and see, are these in line with who I am? Do these match up with my business? So I'll upload those pretty quickly, and then if you can fill them out before the workshop, that would be fantastic. And then also before the workshop, if you could download the workshop guide, that will be uploaded on Monday, and I'll send you an email and let you know. And this just includes all the sheets that we'll be using to fill in as we go through the workshop on Tuesday. And then just show up for the workshop. So I'm really looking forward to talking to all you guys on Tuesday, and that's it for now. Talk to you soon.